Welcome back to the City Current Show. I'm your host, Jeremy Park. We're always honored to bring you inspiring stories of individuals and organizations making a difference and powering the good. And in this case, we're talking about funding research and fighting pediatric cancer. We're honored to be joined by Elaine Kay, Director of Raleigh, Tennessee of Raleigh Foundation for Childhood Cancer Research. How are you doing?
Thank you, Jeremy. I'm doing great. Happy to talk to you this morning.
Absolutely. So this is a personal battle for you and your family. And obviously we'll talk about national and local efforts, but give us a little background. When you talk about the Raleigh Foundation, let's start there nationally, and then we'll dive in local and obviously to you personally.
Okay, sure. So Raleigh Foundation started in 2005. A kid on Reed Crow's baseball team had brain cancer, and Reed's wife, Dean, went to visit the boy, William, in the hospital, and she was just blown away thinking about how healthy and wonderful her kids were doing. And then this boy was in the hospital, with the whole cancer look. And she asked the mom, what can I do? And I'm not talking about, I'll bring you meals all day long, but I want to do more. This is awful. And the mom's answer was raise money for childhood cancer. And she said, well, do you want it to be brain cancer like William? She said, no child should have to suffer from cancer. And she said, well, cancer is really well researched. I mean, there's lots of funding to go to that. And she said, there's not for the kids of the National Institutes of Health. 96% goes to adults and 4% goes to childhood cancer research. So it truly is very underfunded, yet it is the number one disease killer of kids in America.
So when you talk about nationally starting in 2005, that parallels for you and your family with an important storyline as well. So talk about how you personally got involved.
Yes. Well, in 2005, our then 11-year-old son, James, was diagnosed with something called a PNET, which it was sort of in the classification of Ewing sarcoma, but it was in his kidney, and it had grown to be the size of a grapefruit. And when we removed it and found out it was cancer, it was just awful. He was number 27 in medical world history. And my brother, who is a general surgeon, couldn't find anyone alive with it. So to my knowledge, he's the first survivor. There was a clinical research trial going on in 2005, just like the ones that Raleigh funds. And it was going across the nation. Vanderbilt was a part of it. That's where he was treated. And it was just to see if for all of these aggressive sarcomas, if every 2 weeks of chemo would be better than doing it every 3 weeks. Previously, they kind of thought, well, kids can't take it more than 3 weeks, in between. And so he was part of that trial. And within 2 years, it became protocol for all children with the aggressive sarcomas. So I realized he's alive because of this research trial, and more of these needed to be funded. Took me a little bit of, breathing time and time to kind of recoup from just being his caretaker. He finished about midway through the 6th grade, so it took almost a year of treatment, but had it been every 3 weeks, it would have taken a lot longer. But he is now doing great. He is married, living in Dallas with a beautiful wife who is actually turning 30 today. So
that's awesome.
Yes.
Well, and I think that, that's the beautiful picture in terms of what is possible and the hope, right? For other families and children. And so talk about local efforts. So obviously that kind of storyline prompts then the activation locally. So talk about the local efforts.
Well, we just started, basically, we call it a porch party now, but I invited 40 friends. I had a friend with a gym, said, can we meet there? Had another friend who was a songwriter. He sounded great, invited him to sing, and 40 friends. I laugh about it because my only expense was my son. I had friends bring snacks and drinks and stuff. And I asked James, I said, James, look, I don't have any Raleigh kids, any children who are fighting cancer or beaten cancer other than you, and I need a speaker. And he he said, well, I'm done with speaking. He'd done several things. And I said, well, how about $50? He said, I'll make it really good for 100. So that was my expense. And he did a great job. And those 40 people knew, we just said, spread the word. And before we knew it, we have lots and lots of people on board with Rally. And we've grown in the last 2 years. We grew our team from, well, just from me, I'm a lifetime volunteer. I don't get paid, but I had one assistant one events planner. And now we were able to get a grant for $500,000. Tennessee Care has really helped us grow the team. And now we are grown into Raleigh, Tennessee, rather than just in Nashville. So it's exciting. Tennessee has a lot of pediatric oncology hospitals that we're able to treat, and other states don't. So we're in a unique place here in Tennessee, and with a lot of big-hearted support here.
Absolutely. When you look at Rally Foundation nationally and other chapters opening up there, and then you've got obviously your local efforts and expanding across the state of Tennessee. And when you look at, as you mentioned, I mean, you've got the Vanderbilts and you've got the St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. So Tennessee is very blessed to have a lot of powerful opportunities to help with pediatric cancer. Talk about what puts a smile on your face in terms of where things have been and where things are headed with these opportunities.
Yes, and in Nashville, we also have TriStar that treats kids with cancer too. The biggest smile for me is when, and this just pulls at my heart, but it's when I find out, and it's happening over and over again now. I'm meeting a new family, and we find out that their child is having the same chance that James had because of Rally. We have just countless kids who are in clinical research trials right now who are able to live just because of our clinical research trials. It's really, really exciting. We have a little boy whose cancer came back. He's 9, named Rohan, and he is going to go up to Sloan Kettering for basically a type of vaccine process against his particular neuroblastoma, and he's going, and that's Rally funded research. So we are actually helping to pay for his travel expenses too. We love to service families. We do, we give meals. All the hospitals love us. If they're a research hospital and their research is good enough, a lot of times we've funded their, we've given them research grants, and then we help the families financially across the state. And then we also provide meals to the oncology floors and the staff. So that's a lot of fun too.
Talk about how it works on your end. And so there are events that you host every year to be able to engage the public and obviously raise the funds to go into the research. Talk about the different ways the community can get involved and support your efforts.
Wow. Well, we have something going on, it seems like every month in Nashville and sometimes in Tennessee. We do the meals to the hospital. We have 2 signature events. One's in October called Rally in the Round, and you can find the website and see a video from all the fun we have. That's at rallyintheround.org. And then our spring event is always in April. This April is April 18th. It's at both events are at Marathon Music Works. And it's called Rally on the Runway. And it's a fashion show with the Tennessee Titans. And we just have a really, really fun time. We have 2 small things coming. Well, before the event, it's like we have a day of sponsoring for the girls, and we have a day of play at Topgolf for the boys and some Titan players. So they really get into it and develop some really good lifelong friendships. It's been sweet. We're looking for sponsors for our spring event, and it's a great one to sponsor. We've had title sponsors. Mercedes and Ferrari did it last year, and Bart Durham Injury Law has also been a long time support. Pillar Plumbing is a big supporter for us, and several others. There's lots of sponsors to join in that.
Well, and talk about what it means when you look at having that support, but also too the Tennessee Titans. I mean, to be able to pull all these pieces together to have the Tennessee Titans be a supporter and to, like the Top Golf for the boys and the girl, like you have a lot of special moments, but what does it mean to have that level of support from some very well-known and recognizable organizations?
Oh my goodness. There is nothing cuter than, a little child who's just gone through heck and they're up there dancing and playing with a big, strong, healthy football player. And it really is just precious. But the support just means the world. Having them there and bidding in the auction and hugging on the kids and being such a part of it, just it puts this huge excitement in the air. Everybody's like, oh my gosh, we have great trips. We usually have a bottle of Pappy Van Winkle. Last year, Jeffrey Simmons bought it for $9,500. That's our new record for us. He is also, we've had Kevin Byard has been our celebrity chairperson for a couple of years. Before that, it was Jarrell Casey. And this year it's going to be Jeffrey Simmons as our honorary chair this year. And so he is super big, and usually he's paired up with someone super small, and he's awesome.
It's got to be very meaningful for the children. Talk about what that means for the children.
It really is. We had one little boy, just as an example. He was done with his chemo, but he was a little shy, and he's like, I'll pass out programs. I just don't want to get up there on stage. Well, during the course, Top Golf, he gets to, have a friend and get to know this other boy is about his same age. And then they start playing, and the other little boy says, come on up here with us. It'll be both of us together. And I mean, I was just crying when I saw that, because a lot of times, especially during the COVID time, they were so no one was like them. They're expected to go back to school, and none of their friends knew what, that had cancer. They didn't relate to anybody, or it's very difficult for them. But then with Rally, they get to have fun events where they get to know other kids. And then also, the excitement of a big football player. It really is. It's wonderful.
So when you talk about events, that means there's probably opportunities for volunteers to help. And so talk about volunteerism.
Oh, yes. Well, it takes a small town to host these events, and we love to get lots of volunteers. We always do, thank God. We're so thankful for all the supporters. But they can email me, Elaine at rallyfoundation.org. They can there's 4 of us now, so I'll probably just forward it on. But we do a little sign up before all our events. And then if someone wants to get involved, we do a Christmas with Santa in December. I'm not quite sure on the timing of that one for this, but we also have an ice cream social in the summer that's super fun out at a farm. So it's with animals and ice cream and games and all kinds of fun things. So we do have lots of things around. Then the Rally Good Meals too, that can be an option as well, but we have fewer volunteers for that one.
Give me one more thing that you wish everyone knew about Rally Foundation for Childhood Cancer Research.
Oh my goodness. We have top ratings on Charity Navigator. That is always important to me. One thing that was important for me to even before getting involved was when I learned that for every dollar given, 93 cents goes directly to our mission. So those are the 2 biggest things for me that it's like separate us from a lot of different charities out there. We do everything, Dean says, ethically, morally, and legally. I mean, there is nothing I wouldn't do to save these kids with cancer, but Dean keeps me in line. It's got to be above the line. But we seriously, if you have an idea or want to help out in any way, we are here. We will think outside of the box with you. We even did it wasn't very lucrative and money making, but with the Braves, they did a bubble gum blowing contest. I mean, we'll try pretty much anything to help save these kids. They are so precious.
Absolutely. Well, wrap up with where we can go to carry these conversations forward. So website, social media, your email, where would you direct everyone to go to get plugged in?
Well, the website tells it all, rallyfoundation.org. And we have a donated office on Music Row. You can come see us on 18th Avenue. You can email us anytime, rallyfoundation.org. So I'm Elaine at rallyfoundation.org. And yeah, the websites for the events are really fun. The pages, the rallyontheround.org and rallyonthερunway.org. Those are both really good. And they have videos. And so you can see what people are wearing and the excitement and how cute the kids are. It's really precious.
Well, the website again is rallyfoundation.org. That's rallyfoundation.org. Easy place to learn more and to get involved to help fund the research and the fight against pediatric cancer. So Elaine Kay, Director of Rally Tennessee of Rally Foundation for Childhood Cancer Research, thank you for all you and your amazing team do. Thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you, Jeremy. I appreciate being asked. This was great fun. Thank you.
Higginbotham Insurance and Financial Services is proud to power the City Current Show. We're a people-first company that protects what matters most, the families, businesses, and trailblazers that keep our community going. As one of the nation's top independent insurance firms, Higginbotham is a single-source solution for business insurance, employee benefits, HR services, and personal insurance that's customized for you. We're here to serve you, the people you care about, and your community. Call 866-377-1959 or visit higginbotham.com.